I'm with Chef Ivan Flowers from Fournos restaurant in Sedona. And you know what? It's always good to see you, Ivan, because you're working your way through the alphabet. What letter are we on now?
S.
We're on S now.
S.
I can't believe that.
Yeah,
Let's go back
S.
to M just to stretch this
I
out
just
a little bit
stretch it out
longer.
a little bit. We're going to do stereophonic salsa.
Now, what do you mean by stereophonic salsa?
Two different salsas, a fire roasted, a salsa verde, and a red. And salsa is as individual as the region as it is to the person. Everybody makes it different. But I'm going to show you some techniques when it works with, we're going to do it with fish, how to create a fondue in the salsa verde, and some tips on how to get a really good fire roasted red salsa.
Ooh, I can't wait. But I always, you know, it's funny when we see your green salsas, we always ask Ivan, is that chimichurri? Is that chimichurri?
Yeah.
Just because it's green, it's not always chimichurri, Lisa.
And you know, Gail, that goes to show too, if you're trying to eat healthier and you just want fish and not a lot of extra stuff, you put some of that salsa on.
Oh, that's what I do. That's
You're
what
a
I
happy
do.
camper.
Totally. Yeah, you know, put down the A1 and pick up some salsa. That's what I say.
And we're going to show you a trick on how to get it very green, super green.
Ooh.
Thanks, Ivan. Thank you, Gail. We'll definitely be
I got
staying
my
tuned
fork
for
ready.
that.
Chef Ivan Flowers from Fournos restaurant in Sedona. That's on Highway 89A. I'd take a ride and get up there if I were you, and go with elastic pants.
Yeah, elastic pants are good. Yes.
All right, now you're making salsa because we're in the S in the alphabet.
We're in the S. We're going to do stereophonic salsa, and salsa is really easy. And what we're doing is, as you can see here, we've roasted tomatoes, tomatillos, peppers, Anaheim chilies, jalapenos, and that's going to give a lot of flavor.
You know, a lot of salsas people get the tomatoes aren't roasted. What's the benefit of roasting
It
these
just
fruit
gives
salsa?
an incredible amount of flavor, a little bit of smokiness. It just makes it work. It's almost like a mushroom when it hits the pan, there's no flavor, and then when you hit a hot pan, it just explodes. The same thing with all of this. And what we're going to do is we've got our tomatillos, and we've roasted our tomatillos. I'm just going to put them in here.
And how did you roast them?
Right on the grill. I got them all, you know, and what I did with all of this is after I roasted it, I put plastic over the bowl and took the skin off. Then we're going to go in with jalapeno. Now, jalapeno's got a little bit of a bite.
Just a little.
Little bit of a bite. So we're going to go in with roasted garlic as well. And that's going to give nice flavor. I'm going to salt and pepper now because when I blend it, I want the juice to come out. I'm not putting any olive oil in here. There's no fats, so a little salt and pepper.
You put that tomatillo in there whole.
Yeah.
You cut everything else out.
Yeah, well, because, you know, you can do it. If you've got a big Vitamix, you can do the whole thing like that. You've got horsepower. Key lime. Some really nice key lime.
Key lime as opposed to just regular.
More juice in a key lime. And what's going to happen is you're going to put this into a blender and you're going to pulse it for maybe 30 seconds. And what you're going to get is a beautiful salsa verde. The trick of getting it a little green is to put a little spinach in. Spinach will hold your color and it'll help emulsify. Now, what we're going to do...
But it won't alter the taste that much.
No, not at all. Not in the least.
And is it raw spinach or cooked?
Raw, always raw. Just maybe half a handful. What we're going to do later is we're going to show how... Now, remember, a blender will heat this up a little bit. So spinach keeps your color. It heats it up a little bit. And at the end of this segment, I'm going to show you how we take jack cheese, which we put on a mandolin, very, very, very thin, with fresh avocado that gets mixed in.
Do you want to do that now, or?
No, because I'm going to go to the other salsa.
Okay.
What's going to happen is the fish, when it hits that, it's going to create a fondue. What we do here, so you've got your nice salsa verde. Here we have roasted Anaheim.
The Anaheim's been roasted.
Everything's been roasted. This is going to be a rustic, and this is going to go on top of the fish.
By rustic, you mean this isn't
Chunky.
going in the... Okay.
Nice and chunky. So you've got your Anaheim, you've got your roasted garlic. You roast your tomatoes, and I left the seeds in both because I like it hot. And we've got beautiful roasted tomatoes. These are Italian compares that we roasted.
You wouldn't be offended if somebody took your recipe and took the seeds out because there's always that one person who says, I don't like hot.
This is always about technique, you know, and people should put their heart into it and what they want. I'm just showing you my version. Actually, this isn't even my version. My wife, Tracy, is a surfer girl from Venice Beach, California, and she turned me on to this. And we did this in the restaurant last week with the mahi, and it flew.
I just love a man who listens to his wife. That's just wonderful.
I mean, it's so healthy. You know, low in fat, incredible in flavor.
You could give me that fiver, because she's sitting out there listening, you know.
Yes, yes. Little salt, little pepper. I have cilantro in the tomatoes.
Even though you're putting chilies in here and hot stuff, you still want to put the pepper in.
I do.
Okay.
I do. It's the hand thing. It just
Yeah,
it
yeah,
needs
yeah.
to go.
Ivan's the kind of cook who says you season with your hands because your body knows how to draw back before it gets over seasoned.
Absolutely.
Right? See, I learned. I listened.
You know if you're doing too much. So you've got a really, really nice, you've got the salsa verde, which we're going to finish with the cheese, and then you've got the rustic, and that's it's kind of yin and yang. It works really well. Peppers, chilies, all of this. I mean, and we've got some habaneros in here. You can do Scotch bonnets, any kind of pepper that you want.
Now, when we come back, Ivan, you're going to involve the cheese and that salsa verde over there?
Yeah, this is going to completely transform when we fold fresh avocado and cheese, and it changes everything.
Well, you know what? You had me at avocado, but then you had me at cheese. So, so what else is there to say? If you would like a copy of his recipe, you can go to our website at azfamily.com/yourlife. And you know what, Ivan? Lisa, it's healthy. This is healthy stuff. I didn't see any oil in there.
No butter.
I love that.
Back with Chef Ivan from Fournos Restaurant in Sedona, and you're ready to present your two salsas to us.
Okay. Key lime. Rub the bottom of the plate. Gives a little extra flavor. Why not? Now, we've got the beautiful salsa verde. What we're going to do is to put in the fresh avocado.
Wow, did it just come out like that?
It just comes right out.
Comes out in cubes.
It's the magic avocado trick. Again, the jack cheese, very, very, very thin on a mandolin.
Did you tear it? Oh, you put it on the mandolin.
On a mandolin, so it was razor thin.
That's why I didn't know it was jack cheese. I've never seen it put on a mandolin like that.
Super thin. I'm going to mix it.
That looks yummy.
We're going to go on the bottom. A little wipe. Now, the fish has been heated up. A little more wipe. There you go.
We want it to be perfect.
I grilled the mahi. I used a little bit of rosemary, garlic, lemon, and fresh herbs. So nice and light. Goes on top.
Does mahi have to be cooked all the way through, or should it be medium?
Translucent. I think most fish should be translucent, So medium rare. Otherwise, you're kind of not getting the flavor that you should. The fire roasted tomato on top. And very, very, very healthy. Very, very simple.
You know what? I always ask you 50 million questions before and after the segments. And I have to ask, what do you do with people who email you? You have a Facebook page for them to talk to?
We have Fournos Restaurant Sedona, where I will, personally answer your questions, everything from a dinner party to healthy poopies, and and everything in between. So I've always stayed in touch with people over the years on email, about 300-400 a month. So now with Facebook, I can answer any questions that you have.
Like, how do you roast the tomatoes perfectly and at what temperature and all that good stuff?
Anything people have a question about.
Thank you so much, Ivan. That looks
pepper on top.
absolute-
So very simple.
And that's it.
That's it.
You know what? That looks like, I'd hate to eat it, but you know what? There's a fork in here somewhere, and I'm going to. And if you would like this recipe, if you'd like to make it up tonight, you could just go to our website at azfamily.com/yourlife, or you could call our hotline for more information. Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Very much.